Right, Spintires hauling the big load. Oh yeah, this is my final log run on the hill level of Spintires. I decided to do it up big with the heavy-duty log trailer. As you can see, I'm not very good at using it, because this is the second time I've used it in this game, but it's the first time I've used it for a really long voyage. I've got to take these logs to the other side of the map across a mighty river. And of course, right out of the gates, I get my angles wrong. As you can see, hung up on a stump. Yeah, that's not too impressive. And hung up on the logs themselves. But I did get out. Now with this recording, I wanted to kind of condense things down, so I'm gonna cut out a lot of the just busy work driving around. Like here on the paved road, I'll take that out, so you won't have to watch the whole thing. I just want to do a highlight reel of this marvelous voyage I had. And here we are coming into the first garage. I probably should have stopped and got some fuel here, but I was so busy trying to get this first angle here correct that I forgot completely about it. I also forgot to put my diff lock on until I was knee deep in pine trees. Now right here is where I realized something was horribly wrong. What a difference a diff lock makes. So this is an interesting route. I don't know if other people do it, but this is my favorite. It kind of gives you a straight shot down to the river. I don't know if those little pine trees can be ran over or not, but being a responsible logger, I decided to leave them unharmed. Of course, here I thought I was going to tip over, but I guess the good karma I had gained from saving the trees saved my ass on that. Now this is an interesting turn coming up. I had to swing wide right. Can't see the truck, but the whole time I was going down the hill, I was aimed right. I thought I was going to scrape this tree on the way through, but I accidentally messed up and executed that pretty much flawlessly. Now this may look like the end, but it's not. This is not the objective you were looking for. But never fear. Adventures on the horizon. because we have a river we get to drive through, which is one of my favorite parts of this game. If they made a game that was just driving cars through rivers, I would probably cream myself over it. Which this comes pretty close. There's a lot of water to drive through. Now, it may not look like it, but I've got the pedal to the metal trying to get through this river. And it is creeping along. I'm just doing my best to push through without bottoming out. Now, one thing I discovered the other day, even if you get, completely submerged in the water to where you start to red out, if your engine goes dead, you can still start it. But you've got to gun it to try to get out. But that's a pretty decent crossing, so things are fairly uneventful with that. Now this spot looks rough, but its bark is worse than its bite. Bark, like trees. Yeah, anyway. You can get through there pretty quick. Now the trick here is to swing left of the telephone pole and then swing back and thread the needle through these trees. I tend to drive these larger trucks kind of like I do the small Jeep, just because, well, it's just fun. This time I did remember to gas up. I have to get my bearings about myself. Get ready for this epic maneuver. I usually suck at backing up with trailers, but I managed to impress myself with this, which you'll see if I ever quit dicking around and do it. Okay, here it is. It's pretty nice. No trees were harmed in the making of this maneuver. And then up onto the big mud road. And I cut quite a bit of this out because it's pretty monotonous. Okay, here's an interesting spot coming up. You have rocks on the left and rocks on the right, so you have to thread it through the middle. You end up having to get your left tire into the water a little bit, and your right tire just right kind of on the edge where the rocks are. Those rocks really mess you up. They will screw your entire day if you do not watch out. They blend in really well. It's not too bad for this big green truck, but for the little Jeep it's kind of rough. I don't know any of the names for the trucks because they're all letters and numbers, but thought about naming them. This one looks like Oscar the Grouch to me. He's kind of got a squat, squared off green head on him. Not too fast, not too flashy, just, gets the job done. Probably does some bitching along the way. Here I am talking like Bob Ross about mud trucks. Yeah, it's late. So, what's that I see? It's an objective. The final objective of the map. My crowning achievement in Spintires so far. And I chose to share it with you, the internet. Isn't that lovely? So, here we are. There's Oscar and all of his horsepower glory. And boom goes the dynamite. And of course, to keep things tidy, I have to put up the trailer. But at the last moment, the trailer turns into a potato on me. After that perfect execution of the log haul, I should have expected as much. But that's okay. When in doubt, push the button again. So I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. Bye-bye, Oscar.